Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Casillejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. My name's Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And I'm Lacey G.
And it's 2022, and
I'm feeling 2022.
What am I trying to say? It's the new year. It's the beginning of the new year, and I've seen a ton of Swifties making predictions about what they think our Queen Taylor's going to do this year. Mm-hmm. And so we have some predictions of our own.
Yeah.
And, you know, have you guys heard this sound on TikTok right now? So we have our own predictions of what's going to happen. And so, per usual, we're sitting around talking. We're like, how many do you have? Someone's like, oh, I have a few. And Anna's like, I have 73.
How embarrassing.
Anna has so many. She has categories.
I do. I broke my predictions up into categories. I have predictions about re-recordings, predictions about tour/performances, predictions about social media, and then I have something that I like to call outlandish manifestations.
Right.
Things that I don't want to say I predict they will come true, but if they did, I want it to be on the record that I predicted it. You know what I mean? Like things that I have absolutely no proof, no reason to believe these outlandish manifestations, but I do want to put it on the record just in case.
I have a prediction.
Okay.
We are all clowns, and everything that we say is going to be wrong.
Oh, Lacey, that's not a prediction. That's a fact.
Yeah. Taylor just keeps us guessing.
Before we get into our predictions, can I actually make a confession?
Oh, wow.
This is something I've been meaning to tell you guys.
I'm nervous.
Something that happened to me recently, and I think this is a support group that would understand. So I was driving yesterday, and I was listening to Folklore Long Pond sessions, as one does. And I had just gotten done listening. I was listening to it on shuffle or whatever. But I was driving, and I saw this billboard, and it said, "Miss You, Betty." And I was like, oh my God, this is some sort of guerrilla marketing Easter egg from Taylor Swift. Because in the song Betty, you know, it's, and I miss you, Betty. That's what it says. I got closer to it, and it was about Betty White.
Oh my gosh.
I felt so bad.
Well, maybe that's who Taylor's singing about.
Oh my God. You're right. Anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest. Now we can go into our actual predictions.
Do you feel better that you got that off your chest or worse?
I feel, I don't know, because I was going to text it to you guys, but then I was like, no, I should share this on the podcast. And I didn't know when would be a good time.
I think it's okay.
Anyway.
Okay, I want to start with a prediction. And this is, I don't know if this is going to fit into any of your categories, Anna, but personal life prediction.
Ooh, okay.
I think Taylor is going to get married in December.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
I think she's going to bring a whole new meaning to Back to December. And I think Vogue will have the exclusive. It's my prediction.
I love that.
Putting it out there.
I love that.
How do y'all feel?
Like
do you like it? Do you not think it'll happen?
I thought maybe engagement, but I mean, you've got lots more thought out there.
I'm full on marriage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do love the Vogue spread.
It has to go to someone big. It might be like W or L.
W Mag. No, I like Vogue.
Vogue is that's who's going to get the exclusive to like the super high profile celebrity weddings things.
I've kind of always had a feeling that maybe she already is engaged or maybe married, but even if that is true, I think a Vogue photo shoot would still be gorgeous.
Yeah.
See, I thought the opposite. I thought she's going to come out and announce that she's already married this year. And I don't know that she would want to share that with Vogue or that she's going to take that angle. I think she would just announce it and show her wedding ring finally. We saw some of her ring on Miss Americana where she was wearing a ring on that finger. Is it an engagement ring? Is it not? Are they already married? I think that they're already married and she just hasn't shared it yet.
Lacey, when do you think we'll find out that she's already married? Do you think it'll happen sometime this year? We'll find out she's already married?
Yes.
What's
I think it's going to be
Let's
this
predict
year.
A month.
I'm going to say January just because January is the worst month and I want to make it better. So for me, I'm going to say January because that would brighten up the whole month.
Yeah,
You're like, actually, you're like tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next? Who has a prediction they'd like to share?
Well, I feel like a common topic of conversation among the Swifties is predicting the re-recordings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's next? When are we going to get this? Everything. So I'm a firm believer that Speak Now is next.
There's too much that it can't be.
Yes.
Although we said that about 1989 last summer. So
that's true. But I think now we're kind of, there's been more talk about the lawsuit with Shake It Off.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think she would release 1989 without Shake It Off. So I feel
There's
like
no
that
way.
kind of has to, be settled first. We know that she can't re-record Reputation until November of this year. And I personally really want Debut to be last because I think it's such a power move to
Own your own name.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be really cool. And I also think it would be really cool to have the most time pass between her debut album and the re-recorded of
I agree.
Debut.
Mm.
So even just by process of elimination, that leaves Speak Now. I also love Speak Now, so I would love to get it next. And there's just been a lot of clues about it. I wrote here that Speak Now is next, and I will die on that hill until the official announcement. However, I don't even think she's gonna announce it for a few more weeks. And I've seen a lot of people think like that it's gonna be a surprise drop, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the surprise drops with re-recordings.
Me neither. I think it's because, and like Steven Soley on TikTok, he made a really, really good point. He was saying like, surprise album with Folklore, out of this world. And then Evermore, unbelievable. But by the time you do it for the third time, it's like, we get it. You know what I mean? He made a really good point about how with the re-recording, she's probably going to go back to like the format of a regular album rollout with, promo and merch and maybe late night interview type stuff. And
Right.
I kind of feel that too. Like I agree with him on that.
Yeah, and also I really think that anything that she releases is going to be the number one album. So but it's like with the re-record, I think she definitely wants to make sure and really put her foot down and really make more of a point that like not only am I re-recording these, but they all went number one also. And
Yeah.
they're just old music. So you're going to do the traditional thing of doing a good rollout with some singles, with some interviews, and make it as public as possible.
I think, and I think a lot of the reason why people think that it might be a surprise drop is because she has the line "drop everything now," and it would be pretty iconic to be like "drop everything now and go listen." But I do think she could also be like "drop everything now and set this date on your calendar," or like or maybe like the single can be the surprise. "Drop everything now. Here's my version of like Enchanted" or whatever. And so I also, for my prediction, said that I think she's going to release 2 singles for Speak Now. I think Enchanted because of the way that it performed on TikTok. And then I think a vault song featuring Macy Peters because I think that would be amazing.
That's who you're all about right now.
I love Macy Peters. I'm super into her album. You signed up for this. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and predict that a vault song on Speak Now will feature Macy Peters because Macy is also signed on to Ed Sheeran's label. So she has that kind of connection there. So I think that would be really cool. But in part of my outlandish manifestations, I have, Enchanted would be the safe choice as the first single, but I'm going to go out and say that maybe Haunted.
Oh, really?
I
Why
see
that one?
too.
Because I think that would be really cool, and I love that song.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they could both get music videos too. Like
Yes.
those are the 2 that I think would be great.
Or even, she could re-release like Mine as, the single, or Speak Now, the title track. But she'll definitely do a vault song, kind of like I Bet You Think About Me,
I'm hoping, manifesting, that Safe and Sound will be a vault track for this album, the re-record of Speak Now. And I think it's going to come out July 9th because it's Last Kiss Day.
Yes.
It's perfect.
So should we predict that we'll get like the announcement maybe sometime in April-ish and then the album in July?
How far did because she announced Red. I felt like we waited forever
For a
for
long
Red,
time.
Taylor's version.
I almost think that we kind of pressured her into announcing it because there was all that talk about 1989. And it was like that week where we were like, every day we were like 1989 today, 1989 today. Like we were almost going so crazy as fans that I think she was like, you guys, Red is
down.
next. I when she announced Red, I almost thought that like, I was like, I wonder if she was going to wait to announce it, but then she just kind of saw the chaos that was happening.
So when it does come to 1989, I was just looking at Shake It Off. So the Shake It Off lawsuit, the infringement case, has a trial date for August 30th of 2022. So let's assume it goes on for a week. And then, so mid-September, that is over and she'll win. And so would she release 1989 in the fall.
So she released
that-
it originally in October of 2014.
And everyone
which I
thinks
think's
it's like
summer song,
a summer album.
Yeah. So,
But
I mean, she's done it before.
Maybe she just releases it on the original release date, whenever that would be.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my prediction. 1989 will be released on the original release date this fall in October.
Do you think, I mean, following that though, do you think it would be kind of, she announces it and it's like, oh, out next month? Or would it be like out in 3 months?
I think it'll be whenever the verdict comes in and her side is held up, she'll announce it that day.
Oh, because that'll be cool. Could be like,
Yeah.
oh, I won. Here's the whole album.
I won, and the album's coming out in however many weeks it is from then.
Can I just say that I am not prepared for the 1989 vault tracks?
Yeah, they're gonna be so good.
They're gonna be so
Yeah.
good. Oh, I can't.
I'm hoping she's gonna have like 12 vault tracks on 1989.
Yeah, I mean, she gave us like 9 with Red.
Yeah, it's been
It'll
incredible.
be an entire album. 1989 Deluxe Part 2, Taylor's version.
with Safe and Sound.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
no, that's on Speak Now. Sorry, I got confused. I like how we both pointed at each other. Speak Now. All right, my next category that I have is tour/performances.
Yes.
You know, I think we're constantly wanting a tour announcement. And for a while last year, I kind of really felt like, ooh, maybe 2022's the time that she goes on tour. And I was like, oh, but it won't be until like fall of 2022. But now, I mean, COVID is, re-releasing more remixes than Willow. And so it's just going to be kind of
all too well.
it's like COVID, whatever, which version. Elvira, which version. Yeah. Anyway.
I am worried about the Olivia Rodrigo concert. We
in
already
May.
bought tickets for it. Yeah. And I'm questioning if that's even going to happen.
I know. And I'm kind of nervous about like the Taylor Swift theme nights that we have coming up too. But it is really like I guess we'll just see what happens. Because if anything that we've learned with COVID, it's that a lot can happen in, very little time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But just given that, I do think that when it comes to artists and musicians, I think Taylor's going to be one of the last ones to like go on tour again.
I think so too.
Or
Yeah, because she's going to want to do it big.
Yes.
And the last thing you want to do is to do a big, huge all-out tour. I mean,
But-
we're watching the Reputation tour right now as we're talking. And it's like, you don't want to cancel something so huge.
But
right.
is it going to be that big? Because Lover wasn't going to be as big as Reputation. It wasn't a full-on tour. It was just
Yeah, a
festival
couple
here and there.
festivals.
Lover
yeah.
Fest.
So,
But it was going to be like a whole like
Thing.
festival, like
Yeah.
Lover Fest. So yeah, but that would kind of suck to cancel that too again.
Mhm.
So in my predictions, I wrote that maybe we this year get an announcement for a tour that's at the end of 2023.
Yeah.
I feel like
also-
if she were to announce it, she'd put up enough time where it's like if COVID were to go rampage again or drop another remix, then it would still be enough time. Maybe even 2024, which hurts my heart a lot because I want to see her so badly. But it would hurt to get tickets and then have it canceled again. Like that already hurt enough with Loverfest.
I had the same prediction.
Yeah, and then I did write here, I said, if things do start to get okay again, I could kind of maybe predict or want to see her do those cool kind of like acoustic set performances, like a Tiny Desk,
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be great.
or something.
I was looking into Tiny Desk, and I think it's pretty rare when they have someone come back for a Tiny Desk.
Okay, that
I
makes
think
sense.
it's just
I'm
kind of
sure he
like,
did it.
and I saw some Swifties on probably Reddit or Twitter speculating like that's why she put All Too Well in Tiny Desk, because like she wanted to make sure she might not come back and do it again. So like
Oh, interesting.
we're putting that one in there.
Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know that about.
Mhm.
I watched her Tiny Desk concert like last week.
It's great.
Okay, this is an actual prediction. It's just me being hopeful. But I really want to see Taylor Swift on tour this year, the 4 of us going together and eating lobster with her backstage.
Yes.
That's going to be our lobster tribute
Oh
from
my
her.
gosh.
And then having all the buttery fingers
Can you
and stuff.
imagine?
That would just be great.
you
I
imagine?
want a tour now.
Think of all of us in a circle, and we all have a lobster tail with Taylor, and we like cheers
Oh,
our lobster tails, and there's butter everywhere.
Yeah, and we take a little boomerang.
Yeah. Hold on, Taylor.
Hold on, Taylor, can you do that
Taylor, do
one
it
more
again.
time, please? I just didn't get that.
Lobster was too slow, Taylor.
Sorry. So another category that I have is social media predictions, because she's been pretty quiet. She's kind of only been active on social media around the time of an album drop. Like she was really active on TikTok, commenting and liking videos when Red was like about to come out, but she hasn't really said anything since that, and like since like we got Christmas Tree Old Timey version. Like, she didn't even really say happy birthday to Evermore, which makes me sad. But for social media predictions, I do think it would be really cool. I feel like Swift Talk, like TikTok, has just become such like a platform for Swifties to like communicate. And I think there's like certain people on TikTok that really do the Lord's work, you know,
man,
like really, really do the Lord's work.
Yeah.
And so I would like to put in my prediction that I think there's going to be some cool Swifties from Swift Talk to just get random surprises like merch or, you know, something that's just kind of like a, hey, I see the work that you're putting in. Here's like a really cool sweatshirt or the cardigan that's not on sale anymore, like something like that from like Taylor Nation. I think that would be really, really cool. And so I kind of wanted to give a few shout outs to some of the Swifties that I really, really enjoy on Swift Talk, which is Stephen Sully, who I've mentioned time and time again, because I think he makes great points. Swift Talk Detective. We send her videos to each other all the time. She's fantastic. I love her. Aspen Wildest Dreams, I think, is wonderful. And I know she listens to the podcast, so hello. Alex Augusthead 13, he's the one that's kind of always doing like the like pretending he's at home cleaning but performing a concert. His videos are great. And then DJ Raj, he's the one that does all like the mashups that then kind of go viral on TikTok. He did the mashup of like August with Death by a Thousand Cuts, which I thought was really cool. So I would just like to predict that something, like, we have this podcast and we get a lot of really cool opportunities from this podcast, but I do think it would be really cool for fans to also get, you know, some love and appreciation from Taylor and Taylor Nation.
And she wants to.
And she wants to, definitely.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be cool. So I'm going to predict that for this year.
So what are we going to do if we get a Taylor Swift gift bag and we have to divvy it up ourselves? Because I think that could cause a fight.
It would most definitely cause a fight.
Okay.
Someone would have to leave the podcast.
I think that it depends on what the merch is. Like, if it's 1989 focused, it would maybe go to Nick. If it's Folklore Evermore focused, maybe me.
Why do you get 2 albums? You get 2?
Well, you don't get
There's
that.
sister albums. There
I
are
love
no
it too.
other sister albums.
So can we each pick 2 albums then?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to call dibs on Red and Speak Now.
Oh, I was about to say Speak Now. I mean, I'll take 1989. I mean, I guess all that's left. Well,
Reputation and Lover.
Yeah.
I'm calling it
Yeah,
for Nick
Reputation
Can.
But you
I
got
get-
debut.
I get debut.
And that's
in
gonna be
1989.
cool.
That's great.
Okay, so it's settled.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
Yeah.
It's
And
not even gonna
You know what's
happen,
great
but-
is that she's not sending anything that's Folklore or Evermore
No,
related.
she's not. She's not. But if it does happen, I'm getting it.
Well, if we get something safe and sound related, you know you're getting it.
Yes. Oh, but that's Speak Now. Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm already acting like it's gonna happen.
You know, once we get our gift basket, we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Or we can, you know, really put together our shrine
Yes.
at the studio.
Yes.
When we're talking, wait, have we moved? We've moved on to social media. Okay, I forgot to add this to our albums.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be anything new. I don't think we're getting
This
TS10
year. I don't
this
think
year.
so.
Oh, no, me neither.
It's just re-recording focused. I think she's going to try and knock these out
maybe
as much as she can.
maybe a new Christmas single. I don't know. Could happen
And
when
you
she does her Vogue cover and wants to do like a Christmas wedding.
I would like
Yeah.
for her to redo her Christmas album. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be-
Taylor's version.
Yeah, I almost thought we'd get that this year.
Right? Why didn't we?
But maybe this year.
Well, but yeah, nothing new
I
other than like vault tracks.
I agree with you. I think we're in like the Taylor's version era.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I think the re-recording era is, I don't think we're gonna get a new album until all of that. And then maybe by that point she will sing about, you know, being married
Right.
or, you know, whatever
Yeah.
it is that's been going on in her life lately.
I know we already, like Nick, I'm going back to the albums, but I think it has to be Speak Now and then 1989 because she has long hair versus the cut short. Are we thinking she's going to cut her hair short again
I don't
when she
know.
re-releases 1989?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think she
No?
would.
It would be pretty badass though.
It would. I don't know though.
I don't know though.
But so she redid her hair for Red. She did the you know, like the bangs and stuff again. She gonna go back to curly and stuff when she does the, you know, all of her early stuff.
Speak Now and
Yeah.
debut.
As someone with curly hair who used to take photos of Taylor Swift to her hairstylist when she was younger, I am talking about myself. I hope so. I would love to see her rock the curls again.
That'd be
God, I would
great.
love that. That would be amazing. And like the big curls. Oh, yes, iconic. Do you guys want to hear some of my outlandish manifestations?
Oh yes.
Again, these are, I don't want to say predictions, but these are theories that I have based on absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Dear John, Taylor's version will have John Mayer playing an instrument on it.
We've heard rumors that he might play guitar on it,
That would be incredible.
but I don't know.
I do just think it would be such a power move for the both of them.
Yeah.
Because with All Too Well, Jake Gyllenhaal really got a lot of heat. He's still getting a lot of heat. But I think, with John Mayer being a musician, if they're on good terms, I don't know. But if they were on good terms, I think for them to do something like that would be pretty incredible.
And John Mayer somewhat recently called out some Swifties that were sending him hate.
Yeah.
Because they were sending death threats and stuff. And he's like, what? Are we still doing this? Are we really doing this?
So if he was, playing an instrument on Dear John,
It would squash that.
it would squash that. People would love him.
And also if you'd like to get a little taste of what that concert would be like if they performed together, you can go listen to my concert.
Oh, yeah.
My Spotify playlist concert that Sarah put together. And you know what? I just finished listening to Jessica Simpson's audiobook because she dated John Mayer for a while. And she does not make him out to be a very good dude.
Okay, so maybe they're not on good terms.
Yeah, no, he's kind of a dirtbag.
I mean, he was really a lot older than her when she was only 19.
Yeah.
Okay. Also on my outlandish manifestations, I do think that Taylor will re-record Better Than Revenge, but I do think she's going to change the lyrics.
I think so too. You can't be talking about the mattress. I think it's going to be Madness.
Or she's going to change the lyrics. I don't think
Yeah.
she'll release it word for word, which is bold because she's been, making a lot of the re-recording sound identical. But I think in this case, she's not going to do it.
Right.
I also think, I don't know, have we talked about this on the podcast or off the podcast? But I think that she's going to release her own line of lipstick.
You think so?
Yes.
I think we have talked about it, but I don't know.
I don't know if it was on the record or not. It makes it kind of
maybe
tricky.
around 1989?
Yes.
Or is that like a Speak Now thing?
No, well, she's kind of always mentioned her red
Iconic red
lipstick.
lips.
She kind of always sings about it. I think I'm going to go ahead and predict Taylor Swift's lipstick line Valentine's Day.
Wow, okay.
Ooh.
Maybe a collab with Rare Beauty.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Why not Kylie Jenner's makeup company?
I could look into that.
Maybe not.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
I also think Taylor will own her own line of alcohol.
What?
You know
I
how
don't believe this.
Again, outlandish
Oh, that's true. That's true.
manifestations.
That's true.
Hello. I think either she'll have her own wine or vineyard or whatever, or maybe her own whiskey.
Yes.
Ooh.
I think
Peanut butter whiskey.
Yes, I think at one point Taylor will do that. I also think that she's going to invite us to something. That's on my outlandish manifestations.
Yes.
I also think that, and we've talked about this, but I think she'll release a book of poems.
Mm-hmm.
This
That'd be
year.
great.
I'm predicting it for this year.
Okay.
I know we think that the book is going to be 2 to 3 years from now based on
Right.
her Jimmy Fallon interview. We sound crazy when we when we talk about things, but I think it's going to be a book of poems. I'm going to predict that this year we get the Evermore Long Pond studio sessions. I'm also going to predict that she'll write me a letter in the mail. I don't know how she'll get my address, but one day I'm going to check my mail and there's going to be a letter from Taylor saying hi.
Is that all she says?
Yeah.
Hi.
Just, hey, Anna, love ya. XOXO Taylor. Zero evidence for this, but she's going to go on Hot Ones this year.
Oh my gosh.
Hot
that'd be
Ones?
so
Yeah.
fun.
That would be great.
Yes, because I love Hot Ones.
And that would be to promote 1989.
Yes,
I would
absolutely.
think.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the most ridiculous things I've ever done, Anna came to work. You had all this hot sauce that you got for Christmas or something. And Anna comes to work and says, this hot sauce was way too hot. And I did not believe her. I don't know why. I'm just like, I don't believe you. And I put it on a spoon, put it on my tongue, immediately started crying and hiccuping.
I remember that.
And it was a very dangerous drive home. I did not know what was going to happen on the way home.
Yes.
I don't know why I questioned you, but I'm like, whatever. This is not that hot. It was. It was horribly hot.
I love hot sauce and hot foods. A year ago, my boyfriend Ryan gifted me the Hot Ones subscription. So every month I get 3 new hot sauces. I just adore hot sauces and the show Hot Ones. Therefore, Taylor Swift will be on Hot Ones this year.
Genius.
Good
That's the
one.
best thing any of us have said in a podcast in
Yeah,
a long time.
that's a good
I want to
one.
manifest that too.
Yes, outlandish manifestations.
Yes.
Let's all join hands. I also think that more of her music will be featured in TV shows now that she owns more of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We got to hear a little bit in Netflix's You.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to get more of that in 2022. Maybe they'll feature some of the Red songs, I think. Also, a while ago, there was a rumor about her filming something involving a court scene. So I'm going to outlandishly predict that that's part of a music video for I Knew You Were Trouble, Taylor's version.
Ooh, that's
mean,
good.
I Knew You Were Trouble already has a music video, so that is very outlandish, but that's what we're doing here. I also think we're going to find out what Project Acorn was, and it'll involve Selena Gomez.
Ooh, Selena
Again.
Gomez.
Zero
Yeah.
evidence for this, but those are some manifestations predictions I have for 2022 Taylor's version.
I love it.
Oh, I have one more thing here that I wrote in bold, trigger warning. She's going to post another photo with 5 holes in a fence.
Oh my gosh, why would you do that to us?
I said
Why would
trigger
you do
warning.
that to yourself?
I said she would break the internet.
And then she would be Mrs. Casually Cruel to do that to her fans.
Yeah. So that's all I have.
And just how productive she is in the last couple of years, then like this is probably our predictions are just the tip of the iceberg. You know, it could be so much more than what we've predicted for this
That's
year.
true, because she keeps us guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
But she's always so ahead. Like, I really do think that she already has all of them recorded, except for Reputation, and she's just kind of waiting to release them.
Yeah. It's so great. I'm so excited.
She has so much knowledge and power over us.
I also predict that the merch is going to be a little bit better.
Wow. I'm going to predict that we're going to have our own merch, actually.
I'm going to predict that Taylor is not going to send you anything from Folklore Evermore with that comment, Amy.
I was just trying to make y'all laugh.
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.